So hello and welcome to what has turned out to be a truly gorgeous afternoon. The sun beaming down on the stands and broad beaming smiles all around us. The mood has soared, and so indeed has the expectation of both teams. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
Now there's a headline maker, Steven Gerrard.
Focal point for any team he plays in.
Yeah, I suspect he may be deployed as a more holding midfielder, but that seems wrong when you know how good he is 30 yards forward.
According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between full-backs and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the full-back to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
Things already rolling. Driving on and making good progress. Looking for the run. Not the most accurate pass. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Gerrard. Gerrard! Well seen, saw that coming.
He stopped it.
Busio looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now then, the ball's come loose. Now it's Batistuta. Oh, perfectly measured that. It's Nakata! And the keeper couldn't hold it. He scored!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Tries one from range. That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
So just one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And he's been shifted off it. Shevchenko looking to play him in. And he's in on goal. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And it's Nakata. Nakata, there he goes, motoring forward. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, nicely intercepted. It's a throw-in. Great vision. That is a great pick out.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
In again.
Roma are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
No, that's been intercepted. And this is Forlan. Nakata. Nakata. Oh, he's having a go! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. But that has not gone well. And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Nakata. Nakata, good purposeful running this. So much time and shot a goal! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
Tries to get it clear. Venezia have the chance to go the other way. Busio.
Roma can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Plenty to aim at, and the shot! And that's in! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Crossed into the box. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. He's having a hit! In he goes again! And he can thump it away. And it's Gerrad. Gerrad! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Gerrard actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Decent chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And now they can clear their lines. Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Oh, who could have predicted a scoreline like this after just 45 minutes? The sides separated by 2. Back on the way then. He's a sharp little ball here. Shevchenko. He's picked his way through. And the shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Has another go! And he's straight offside. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now, can they get him away? Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And here's the chance to counter. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. The referee's awarded a free kick. Can he get it through? Can he finish? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Van Bouten, that is ended up in no man's land. Beckham, looking for options for movement. Well, there's the clearance. That is good alertness. Oh, that's a key interception. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And Batistuta! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Shevchenko providing an outlet on that flank, and it's Gerrad. There's the shot! Oh, good finish! And that is what they came to see, what they demanded to see. His first. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it, he will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Takes a shot! And he's stuck it away! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Venezia can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Gerrad being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, they didn't smell the danger early enough, but I suppose better late than never.
And this is Forlan. Tries... And the finish! Well taken goal. And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And this is Forlan. Now he's running away. He's rising! It's a goal! It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
And smartly reclaimed. Well, that looks a decent ball. Now it's Forlan. Oh, that's well spotted. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Into the last 5 minutes. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Aimed beyond the defence. No way through.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
That has been cut short. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Now it's Nakata. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Busio. Van Bouten wins the duel this time. That's a good ball out wide. Bullish header! That's that, the end. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate... So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. The Eternal City embraces this massive sea of blue which has flooded across the Olympico. It's hard to convince yourself there's another team involved. So bring it on.
Well, it's certainly going to be huge, Peter. The demands, both physical and mental, on these players out there will be massive, and there's going to be a big responsibility on both captains to keep the players in check. We need talkers to ensure that everyone plays the...
Nakata! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. And it's hoisted clear. And now they can spring out of defence. No, that was never going to make it. Just the keeper in his way. Can he finish? And that's a sharp finish. They are purring, truly purring. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
So that's 2 now without reply.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
The pass has gone astray. Lazzari, over to the right flank.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
Spread neatly. Space for him to turn and look. Beckham. And it's Porro. Looking to play him in. And it's been played through. Decent chance! And it's there! And just like that, he hits 50. That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Taylor. Here's Basic. Wriggles his way through. Driving through the middle. He's having a shot! And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Batistuta. Romagnoli gets across to intercept that. Taylor. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. That's a sharp pass. And this is Forlan. Oh, nicely intercepted. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, easy pickings there. Great football, shot and save.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Nicely weighted ball. Brilliantly cut out. Nuno Tavares. Deftly away. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Shevchenko. And the shot! That's another chance! And no mistake. This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper, couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
Things looking... It's gerrad! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Lazio have the chance to go the other way. Cataldi. Moslin. Just eases him off the ball. Now he's off and running. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Shevchenko!
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Time and again they are repelled. Shevchenko.
That's just playing it safe and simple. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Staggering, just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this.
That's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
Chance! No, that's just wide.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Cancellieri. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Basic. That's Taylor. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And they win it back again. Now it's Shevchenko. Oh, tries a shot! He's got a goal! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Forlan, he's found some space. Shapes to shoot! And it's in! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised. This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Hoisted in. Basic. Big chance! Well, he caught that pure. but no end product.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Now that's well seen too.
Taylor, a lot of space here, a real opportunity.
It's a good run he's making out on the left. Looking for the run. Tavares receives it in a wide position.
Well played and well cleared.
And now the breakaway. Batistuta picks it up out wide. He's shifting through the gears here. Lazzari. Cataldi. Basic. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Pedro Porro wins the duel this time. Has a look and plays it forward. It's a goal kick. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
There could be trouble here. He's in, must be! Calm, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And this is Forlan, and this is Forlan. There's the shot! And there's a goal! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it!
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
And that means just one thing. Forlan! It's in! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise.
He's having a hit! Oh, terrific save.
Forlan probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
And now they can spring out of defence.
Basic.
It's the cutter! And that's wide. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cataldi. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Forlan. And a chance! And a neat finish! It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
He's got 4. That is remarkable.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Batistuta demonstrating his defensive quality there. Oh, it's come loose. Lazzari kept his eye on it, and he's there. Taylor. Nuno Tavares driving forwards. Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta, he's got away. Real chance here. Played into the box. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Basic. Taylor. Chance here to counter. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Can he get it through? Fallen! He's going for goal! Oh, great effort, but he's produced a save to match.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Pedro. Lofted in, and this is Forlan. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Forlan, very much the man of the moment.